Hey everybody, today I'm coming to you next to the Sea of Galilee, and I'll show you more tomorrow on that. But the travels today started at Caesarea, very cool portside city. Then we traveled up and we went to Mount Carmel. This is the location where Elijah faced 450 prophets of Baal, and with God's help they kicked their butts. And then went over to this Acre, and that is another port city. It's really cool. This is where the Christian Crusaders, that's like the knights in shining armor kind of guys, were here. Went through some tunnels, which I'll show you. And then we traveled across, and we're staying over in here at Tiberias, which is right on the Sea of Galilee. And all this stuff is really close together. It's kind of wild. So let's start out by going back to Caesarea. Caesarea was founded by Herod the Great. It was a city that was the capital of the Roman province for Judea for about 600 years. Now the city also served as the headquarters of the Roman legion stationed in the province. Now you remember back a few months ago in Discoveryland where we talked about in Acts chapter 9 where after Jesus' death the Romans had arrested Paul and sent him to Italy to face Caesar, but on the way he got in big shipwrecks and that kind of thing. Well, when they started that journey, they left from Caesarea, and we were actually in the area right where Paul started that journey. It was pretty cool to see. Next, we went on to Mount Carmel. Now, this is a great vantage point to see a lot of the Holy Lands just on a perspective from being really high up. Now, in 1 Kings chapter 18, we all learned about how the prophet Elijah battled 450 prophets of Baal. Basically, it was just Elijah against them, and of course God was on Elijah's side, and he basically challenged them to call down fire onto offerings of a bull. And the prophets of Baal, they danced, they did all sorts of stuff, nothing ever happened. Elijah basically takes them and has them haul a bunch of water up, pour it all over his, and then just prays a simple prayer to God, and God sends fire down, and it just licks everything up and burns everything up, and it's an awesome lesson about God's power. So great time to see it up there. Plus, from up there, we can see Nazareth and Galilee. We can see the battlefields where God used Gideon, as well as in Revelations, this is the end times big battle for Armageddon. So it's an awesome sight. The last spot on our quick tour was in an area called, it's spelled A-K-K-O, or Acre or Acro, and this wasn't specifically addressed in the Bible, but it was a huge fortification, and it was all part of the conquest of this area. It was like a military fortress, and it was a lot of battles between the Muslims and the Templar Knights, the Crusaders, the Christian Crusaders, kind of like the knights in shining armor if you want to look at it that way. And they would protect the Christians, and they were kind of like a military force. So they had these battles constantly, but they built these underground tunnels and fortresses and that kind of thing are really cool. Well, just not too long ago, they discovered, when the archaeologists started digging, all these extra rooms with vaulted ceilings and secret passages that led up to the port. So let me quick take you on a tour through one of those secret passages. It's really cool.
Shout.